What's happening with it, man? White Boy Lockdown Radio back with another one, man. Smash that subscribe if you ain't subscribed yet to the channel. Shout out to my members. Shout out to my supporters. There's a link down there if you want to become a member. Check out the description. We got a P.O Box. Follow the Twitter, all that good stuff. None of that's out of the way. Man, look. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It was just a few days ago, I made a video ragging on the dude, Jussie Smollett, Juicy, whatever you want to call him. You know, I was ragging on him because of the shenanigans that he did. You know, I hate to bring politics to the channel, but look, it's 2022. Let's get real. This guy, if you haven't heard this or you've been living under a rock, this guy, man, he stunted, he faked a hate crime, and he's convicted. Now, technically, he's a convicted felon. Again, I just made a video on this guy 2 days ago. So in Chicago, already, his lawyers were able to get him in appellate court, out of jail, 2 days, and that's it. Out of jail, he's appealing it, and you know, he had no sentence. He had no sentence to begin with, which is strange because he faked a hate crime. Now, you know, if that was a white guy with a Trump hat, what would happen? I mean, I remember January 6th watching like some people just enter a building and cops letting them in, and it's been drilled and embedded in our back of our brains. You know, it's crazy, man. I feel sad if you live in Chicago, and even to not include politics in this, you could say, well, that's money, right? Because truth be told, money does help these situations. You know, an example would be plenty of people go to jail and they have to use a public defender. Let's be honest, that's not the route that Jussie Smollett used or went. He probably had a paid lawyer. We all know this. Matter of fact, the lawyer spoke. And the lawyer was talking about a whole bunch of shenanigans that I don't even want to repeat. This is in Chicago, you know, literally the home where gangs started from, several different gangs, powerful gangs. You know, it makes you think for a second. You know, take the politics aside. This guy did 2 days off of his bid for staging a hate crime. Remember, he woke up, he was craving eggs and decided to go to Subway. Chicago is probably one of the most liberal places in America. You have a better chance finding a winning lottery ticket than a couple guys walking around in MAGA gear, which was his story. And who the hell craves eggs and goes to Subway? Yeah, this is his words, not mine. There's other black dudes in this same city who have, in that same jail, Cook County, I believe it is, or wherever the prison systems are as well, they don't have a shot at parole. They don't have a shot at anything. They've been sitting in there for years, months. You know, this guy went in for 2 days. 2 days. This type of person who is very pro Black Lives Matter, and when I say that, there's nothing wrong with Black Lives Matter. Okay, I do not like or support the organization Black Lives Matter. I don't support the Marxist, the admission of the organization that says they're Marxist, breaking up nuclear family, which is basically you know, responsible people in a family. They want you to be on welfare and all these programs. It's what they promote, people. You can't Google that anymore. Somehow, some way, they changed that off their website from a few years ago. You know, this is out of control, man. Chicago, man. it kind of exposes the system. It's dirty, you know. If the shoe was on the other foot, I'd like to sit here and make a video if it was a white guy. If it was a white guy that did a hate crime, is there any possibility in 2022 that we would see this situation? The answer is no. We all know this. So to even take that scenario all the way out the window here, look at it at where it's at. Lori Lightfoot, liberal Chicago. You know, is that fair to the dude who's been sitting in there for lesser than hate crime? It's not fair. Not at all. Money talks. We all know this. That's still not fair. That's privilege. Again, I took away the white guy out of this. I took away the MAGA supporter out of this. That's privilege. They've been telling me I have white privilege for a long time. Every time I went to jail, I did it my whole time. You know, bonded out when I could. Nothing like this. It really shows that hypocrisy, man, in the system. It's pretty pitiful. This is a hate crime. It's sad, man, to watch this thing unfold. And even more sad, what's going to happen with this case. It's not a long sentence here, people. He couldn't handle just the little bit of time. We got to have a system that works. This right here exposes it and proves that it doesn't. So we'll keep everybody posted, man, with updates. It's weird, man. Talking about politics is uncomfortable on YouTube. You know, you go through a phase where you kind of want to not please everybody, but you know, you're brought up not to speak about politics, religion, especially with a lot of people. And I feel as though, you know, there's no way of not speaking about it in 2022. You know, and depending who you talk to, I'm online, so I speak to a lot of people. There are people who still, to this day, believe that Rittenhouse crossed the line and all the media shenanigans. There's people that still do not realize the holes in this guy's story. You know, it's sad, man. When you do this stuff here, you have an opportunity to say different things and show different sides. You know, but it can be a lot to have on your shoulders if you're not used to it. You know, and I think, man, at the end of the day, you have to do what's right, man. And I think everybody thinks this case is shenanigans. Even if you're not talking about it in your own household, you see right through this thing, man, and it's not fair. You know, we're living in a very strange time right now. Very strange. Free Cain Velasquez. That man should have done 2 days in jail. He has no bail. None. And he tried to shoot somebody who tried to molest his own family, a little girl in his own family. No bail. How backwards is that, people? How backwards? These two people, both examples. Hate crime, you know, attempt to off a chomo, no criminal record on either side, 2 different locations. One super liberal, one not as, but on its way. Look how different. I just hope everyone's paying attention, man, and this thing, we'll keep everybody posted on it. It's tough to talk about because we talk about crime and prison over here, and this is a very unusual circumstance to happen. You never even really hear about this. 2 days in appeal. Look, people, there's dudes sitting in prison sometimes 15, 20 years before they can go back on appeal with paid lawyers. You know, sometimes it's the same amount of time if they have a public defender or a paid lawyer. This is very strange. There's something up. We all see through it. But it should be out here on the inner zones, man. And that's what this one's for. Until the next one, man, White Boy Lockdown Radio. Smash a like, subscribe, follow the Twitter. I'm out of here.
I care less about that attorney and whatever he feels and thinks about. That family has ignored phone calls. That girl used to live there.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe, bitches.